Hello everyone, my name is Adil Laza, and in this video we are going to discuss Newton's action-reaction pair. There are some misconceptions regarding this topic. Hopefully we will clear all such misconceptions through this short video. One disclaimer, we are going to stick to Newtonian physics. We are not going to delve into Einstein's theory of relativity. So let's start this video. These are the topics covered in this video. Pause the video if you wish to go through it. You might already be familiar with Newton's third law of motion, which states that to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. And the language of this law is so beautiful and crisp that it has found meaning beyond the realm of physics. But as far as physics is concerned, this law basically means that forces always occur in pair, and both such forces will always be equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. You will never come across a situation where an object is exerting force on the other object while the other object is not exerting any force. Okay. For example, imagine that you are pushing against the wall with some force F. Then the wall will also push you with the same amount of force opposite to you. Okay. Let's move to the next slide. Conservation of momentum. As you might already know that while writing F is equals to ma, we never account for internal forces of a system. Why so? Imagine that this is your system containing particle 1 and particle 2. Their mutual force of interaction F12 and F21 will form Newton's action-reaction pair. Therefore, their vector sum F12 plus F21 is going to be 0. Why? Because both the forces are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. Okay. That's why this is the reason that when we write F is equals to ma for the system, it's irrelevant whether you account for internal forces or not, because their vector sum is going to be 0 anyway. Only the external forces account for change in momentum of the system. This is the reason that we recount only external forces while writing F is equals to ma. And this concludes our first point. Let's move to the next point. Now, what will happen if there are no external forces, or to be more precise, there is no net external force on a system? Then there is nothing which can change this momentum of the system. Therefore, the momentum of the system is going to remain conserved. That is, the momentum of a system is not going to change with time. Imagine that this is particle 1 and particle 2, and your system contains both the particles, and both the particles is going to collide with each other, and their velocities are u1 and u2 just before the collision, and just after the collision their velocities become v1 and v2. We can write the initial momentum of the system just before the collision is going to be m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and their final momentum just after the collision containing both the particles is going to be m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Then by conservation of momentum, we can say that initial momentum is going to be same as final momentum. Okay, let's move to the next slide. Simultaneity of the action-reaction pair. The term action and reaction in the third law may give you a wrong impression that action comes first and the reaction comes later. That is, one of the forces is the cause and the second force acts only as a reaction to the first force. But it is completely wrong. There is no cause-effect relationship between these two forces, and both these forces act at the same instant. And you may take any of the two forces to be the action and the other will become reaction. For example, in this case, as you all have already seen, that F12 and F21 are their mutual force of interaction. If you take this force to be action, then F21 will become reaction. And if you take F21 to be the action, then F12 will become its reaction. And both these forces act simultaneously and independent of each other. Let's move to the next slide. Nature of action-reaction pair. Imagine that a block of mass m is kept on a horizontal table. If we draw its FBD, its weight W is equals to mg will act downward, and there will be a normal force from the table on the block in the upward direction. Then by F is equals to ma, since it is at rest, its acceleration comes out to be 0. Therefore, all the forces must be 0. Therefore, W is equals to n. Okay. So weight and normal are equal in magnitude and opposite in direction, as you can see. Then does this mean that the normal on the block and its weight are Newton's action reaction pair? Because both are equal in magnitude and are opposite in direction. Let's try to find out. Always keep in mind that Newton's action reaction pair act on two different objects and they must be of the same type. What do I mean by this? You all might already know that fundamental forces in nature are of four types: gravitational force, electromagnetic force, strong nuclear force, and weak nuclear force. Okay. Both the forces of action reaction pair must be of one of the four types. Okay. This is the second point. But in the given case, as you can see, the weight is the gravitational pull that the earth exerts on the block, and the normal force is the electromagnetic force which the table exerts on the block. First, both these forces act on the same object, on the mass m, which negates our first point that the forces must act on two different objects. Okay. This is both the forces are acting on the same object. Okay, and both these forces are of different nature. One is gravitational force in nature and one is electromagnetic force. Therefore, weight of the object and the normal force on the object from the table are not Newton's action reaction pair. Then what will be the reaction of its weight and what will be the reaction of the normal force on the block from the table? We will find out in the next slide. Okay. How to identify the action reaction pair? The easiest way is to keep in mind that if force on A due to B is action, FAB is action, then its reaction is going to be force on B due to A, that is FBA. If we take the previous example where a block of mass M was kept on a horizontal table and we saw that W comes out to be equals to N. What is this weight W? This weight W is the gravitational force on M due to Earth. Therefore, its reaction is going to be, imagine that this is the Earth and this is block of mass M. The block of mass M will also exert an equivalent force W on Earth. However, the mass of the Earth is so much that this W is not going to have any effect on its motion. But if this is the action, this is the reaction. And what will be the reaction of this normal force on M from the table? Its reaction is going to be this normal force on the table from the block. Okay. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching it till the end. If you have further doubts, you may write to me in the comment section. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care.